Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're live with me, Richard DeCastro, the Speaking Mind Show. Of course, this is the People's Show from Anegado all the way to Joshua Dyke and all the islands in between, the sister islands as we like to call them. And this is your show, ladies and gentlemen, the Speaking Mind Show, where you have a voice. You know, you can call the show and you can express yourself, exercise the right that you have through our Constitution, our 2007 Constitution. So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, you have reached the Speaking Mind Show. For those of you who may not be on cable, you can also reach the show at www.jtvlive.net, and that would stream to you live at this point. So if you know someone who might be abroad and might want to listen to the show, you could always give them a call or give them a WhatsApp and let them know that the show is live and we're here discussing various issues that affect us in these Virgin Islands. Going directly into one of the issues, the budget for the next year, there was a date announced and then it was postponed. So we're waiting to hear when it will be coming up again. Of course, I'm one of those persons who always advise our residents to pay attention to the budget. The budget is the document where you can see what is being planned for the territory for the entire year. By looking at the recurrent issues in the budget and looking at the expenditure, you can get an idea of where funds are allocated to the various activities in the country and where they're not as well. Because if you see zero, or if you see a fancy word, envisioned, if you see envisioned by one of the line items in the budget, you know that means that it doesn't have any money. They envision during the year, either by loan or by some instrument, some financial instrument, obtaining that money. We ladies and gentlemen, as many of you may have already know, we in the Virgin Islands, because of our per capita income being so high, we don't qualify for a lot of aid from a number of countries. Our per capita income is very high, and compared to a number of other countries, so the people that usually have donor money or grant money would prefer to give it to people who are less fortunate, whose per capita income are much lower than ours here in the territory. I am one of the people who don't believe that the instruments used for measuring per capita income are fair to the Virgin Islands. You can take the number of persons in the territory, and then you take the gross salaries of all the individuals in the territory, and you divide by the number of people, and that's how you come up with this magic number. However, we know for a fact that it is skewed because there are very few people who make a lot of money, and then there are a lot of people that don't make so much money. So it's not a real it's a scientific way, but it's not a true representation of what the take home of the average person in the territory is. It's way off, as a matter of fact. I am still querying whether or not, with the advent of the minimum wage, if there are not some government workers who are just about or are at the minimum wage as we speak now. So it would be interesting to see those figures, to see if we have changed those positions in government as a result of the advent of the $6 an hour minimum wage. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, too, we need to keep this topic alive. We need to remind persons too that the $6 an hour is in 2016, and we need a conversation about when the next increase is going to be. We're not prepared to wait 15 years for another increase. I think the increase should be based on the cost of living, and it should be something that is, that is recognized by the employers as something that motivates the workers to, to continue to produce their best for the various organizations, because a satisfied employee is a person who has the company at heart. They work harder, they play harder, and they enjoy their work experience as well as their leisure time. The whole idea, ladies and gentlemen, why we work, I think, is because we have dreams and aspirations, and we want to fulfill those dreams and aspirations, and you can't do it without funds, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that is the reason why most persons work, to try to better themselves, to try to better their families, and which is a good thing, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good thing to better yourself and to be a productive citizen. If you're a productive citizen, of course, it also means that the government make money out of you, because you pay taxes and you subscribe to the various programs that the government has in place. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are waiting on this date for the budget, because we're interested in seeing the financial situation. And ladies and gentlemen, I put it out there as well that I think that we should have the state of the territory announced by the government before the budget, so that we, the citizens, we the people, have an idea of where we are and where we are headed. I think we've been asking for this. I heard in the House of Assembly, I heard persons stand up and ask for it as well. So it's nothing new. It's my colleagues on the web will quote me, but it's nothing new. It is. I might be the last person saying so. I mean, I've heard many other people asking the same question. We want to know what is the condition of the financial affairs of the territory, and who is better to give that information than our leaders themselves. So we are awaiting the state of the territory address as it relates to financing, and of course I'm saying it would be prudent to have that before the budget, so that we can make comparisons about what is the situation now and what is being planned for 2017. The numbers are up there, ladies and gentlemen. 300-1949 if you're going to call, and 300-1950 if you're going to text. So, open show as well. And of course, we always want to hear from the viewers from Anegada all the way to Joshua Dyke. Ladies and gentlemen, there's some road works going on now in close to Paraquita Bay, and it's a line that's, I think I'm correct in saying it's a line that's going to go to the sewage plant in Paraquita Bay, and the work is going on in Brandywine Bay right now. It's moving along, and I want to send a message out there to the viewers as well, to pay attention to the workers and the signs that they have. They tell you to stop. There's a lot of loose dirt in the area too, so you drive cautiously, and everyone should have a good experience. It's a trying time. It's going to go on for quite some time, and we know that it's an effort to fulfill the idea of having, a sewage system in the Eastern Long Look area. The plant has been built by water now for some time, and it's just sitting there. It cannot function without the next two phases. This phase right now is to have the outfall to the sea, and the other phase, which is just as important, is to connect persons, you and I, the general public in the Eastern Long Look area, to this facility. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, the road works have moved from in the Seacow Bay area to I'm not sure if they're finished in that area, but I know that they've completed a sector in the Seacoast Bay area, and now they're in the area I just mentioned. And be cautious, no road rage, pay attention to the signs that the workers are putting up for you to adhere to, and and be courteous, and I think everything should run smooth. It's going to be there for quite a while, actually, I think, and have some patience and cooperate, I think, is a key word that we need to do when we're talking about traffic. There's always going to be various alterations, additions, improvement to the road network in the territory, and we have to be mindful of, being, how should I say, being productive, being forthright, and work with the workers. They're out there doing a job, and the end product is something that we want. I want better roads. I want smooth roads. I want well-designed roads. I want roads without bumps. I want roads without potholes. I'm just like you. I want the best for the Virgin Islands. So we're going to cooperate and ask everybody to be patient and to cooperate as well. Wouldn't be asking too much. Moving right along, the labor code. I think a number of persons in the territory may not be familiar with the various parts of the labor code as it relates to a number of issues. I'm going to mention a few of them. There's a 15-minute tea break in the morning, and a 15-minute tea break in the afternoon. You may not drink tea, and you may not be as English as some of your brothers and sisters, but at the same time, it's there. It's in the 2010 labor code, and I think we should be mindful as employers to give persons their due rights as they're written in the 2010 labor code. To take away the rights from a person in employment is not something that we should be doing. And while we're on that topic, ladies and gentlemen, some of us who are in various employee-employer relationships, we must remind persons that the labor code is there for protection, and it's there for a good working relationship with employers and employees. So if one employee takes on the responsibility of being a steward, of being the person that the organization talks to, that is a good thing. That you shouldn't get fired for that, or you shouldn't get ridiculed for that, because it's in the best interest of the employers and the employees to have someone that you can talk to on behalf of the workers. And collective bargaining is something that I think is a progressive thing. I think it's something that is needed. And if you have 100, 200 employees, there should be somebody, one person, who can take notes of what the employees' grievances are, what their likes and their dislikes, which sports activities they want to get involved in. All these things are good for employee-employer relationships. And to deny person these rights that are in the Constitution, in the Labor Code, the 2010 Labor Code, is not fair. I think it's wrong. It's unhealthy. You need a healthy worker, employer, employee relationship, and without that. Oh, good evening. I see we have a call. Good evening. You've reached Speaking Mind. Go right ahead, please. Hello. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a live show. It's not a recorded show. It's a live show. So, if you want to call, please just call back. Okay. I got a text that came in. Good night. We need a bus shed at Speedy's Corner, and we need a clinic at North Sound to open every day, and a doctor there also every day. And these doctors must stop and tell the nurse on the phone what medication to give the patient on the phone, They need to be there to see the patient and not to come back the next day. Okay, the person that sent that text, that's probably a follow-up on the situation that happened in Virgin Gorda with a colleague of mine, relative, and it's a sad situation. We have to keep them in our prayers and hope that everything goes well with the challenges that they have at this point. I was going to make a note on something to that effect, and it says Anegada, Virgin Gorda, transportation and health problems. So I'm going to see if I could get to that, ladies and gentlemen. We got another text that came in. Properly, let's see. What is going on with NHI? You're paying when you go to the doctor. They're telling you that your card blocked. They need to check people payment properly. Well, I agree with you. The person that texted, I think they need to check with the various providers and ensure that the employers are paying in for each employee. I've heard some complaints about that already. I understand that some people are deducting money from employers are deducting money from employees, and they're not paying in to the NHI, and that is, that is something that is downright immoral. It's also illegal, and it is very detrimental to the person or persons when they show up for medical care and they deny that medical care, not because they did not pay the NHI, but because the employer did not pay the money that they deducted from the employee and their contribution, the employer's contribution as well. And I think that is downright, not something good for business people to, the ethics of that is definitely not productive in our community, and they should stop it. Another text came in. Could someone from Festival please say when they are going to pay? Please. This same issue again. I mean, it's ridiculous. We're back to the same issue of payment for the festival, and I have a friend who I went so far to say that I would draft a contract, or I would get a contract draft for him before he takes on any more of this type of work. And the contract would say basically, look, you have to pay up front. You have to pay before we perform. And then I think that would solve that problem temporarily until we could get some better arrangement. Ladies and gentlemen, the sponsors that make the show possible are demanding that we take a break. We're going to take a short break, and we're going to be right back with you.
Police have gone right at the last left turn,
Virgin, the directions are got to go straight.
Oh, you're going to tell me about them stupid directions when the map is right here.
Let me see the map. Let me see the map, man.
So now you want to see the map?
Give me the map, man.
All right.
No, we passed there, so already.
Oh.
Make a right, go 100 meters, and that's the destination.
Having Digicel data is like having the fastest man in the world save you from getting lost. Start using Digicel data today. Digicel.
Remember that historic event, World War I? At 11 a.m. on the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918, World War I ended. On Sunday, 13th of November, the Remembrance Day service begins at 3 o'clock p.m., where paramilitary organizations and ex-servicemen and women will participate in a procession from the entrance of the H. Lavity Stoutt Community College grounds to the Eileen L. Parsons Auditorium, where the Remembrance service will follow. You are invited to purchase and wear your poppy for the Remembrance Day service on Sunday, 13th of November.
Tired of your home looking dull and boring? Looking for a different look for your home? Check out our new addition at Blinds and Things BVI Home Goods. We carry exquisite items for the bedroom, beautiful comforters, flat-free pillows, deep pocket sheets in a rainbow of colors, bathroom, no-slip and non-stick rugs, shower curtains and the hooks to carry. Choose from a wide selection of dishes to brighten up the kitchen. At Blinds and Things BVI Home Goods, you will find new arrivals awaiting you, exquisite items to choose from. Decorate your house with unique pieces from Blinds and Things BVI Home Goods. Visit our showroom located at 35 Skelton Bay Lot, Fish Bay. You can contact us by email blindsvi@hotmail.com or call us 284-494-1331.
And what kind of party this?
Them that bring the music.
Seriously?
Nothing no bad, we can be stress-free.
Having Digicel data is like having the fastest man in the world save you from party disasters. Start using Digicel data today. Digicel.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back with you after a short break. Before the break, I promised to talk a little bit about the Anegada, Virgin Gorda transportation and health problems. And I think that it is an area that needs addressing, and I think from the discussions that have been ongoing now as it relates to some of these issues, I think it's high time that we all realize that Anegada and Virgin Gorda have, as well as Joshua Dyke, have 5 representatives. You have your district representative, you have 4 at-large members who are also representing these sister islands. So to drop the onus on one person, the district representative, is to me is not a balanced situation. I think all 5 persons should be involved in the various issues. And let's go back a bit. Theodore Faulkner was the guy who left Anegada and came to Tortola to ensure that the situation where his wife was not able to get health care, and that is the movement that changed the way our House of Assembly meets to this day, because him and Fonseca and a number of other people, De Castro and some other people, were able to bring back the House as it is today, and now it's the House of Assembly. So imagine that this issue that we're talking about has been around from 1950 something. It is not going to go away, and we have to put our minds together, put our brains together, and come up with some sustainable ideas about how to manage the transportation and health problems on our sister islands. And I am sure that it can be done. I have been to the Bahamas, I've been to the Turks and Caicos, I've been to Hawaii. These are all countries with similar situations where you have a number of islands and you have limited resources, and you have to provide basic services to all of the people. And it can be done. We just need to, put our minds together and come up with solutions and make everyone in the territory feel as if they're somebody and they have the same basic human rights. Not because you live on Anegada, or not because you live on Virgin Gorda or Joshua Dyke, you should be a second-class citizen, a citizen who, if you want to change a check, you have to come to Tortola to change a check. You have to spend money out of that same check that you're going to be changing to change the check. I mean, you know, we are in 2016. We have to do better than we are doing. There are a number of challenges, I must admit. There are a number of challenges, but there are also a number of solutions. If we put our minds together, I'm pretty sure we can overcome these things, but we have to want to do them. We can't put these things on the back burner forever. I think it's time that we bring them to the forefront and treat everyone with respect and dignity as they deserve. I'm speaking specifically about Anegada, Joshua Dyke, and Virgin Gorda. Treat all people with dignity. They're no less than us. We're all God's children. We are all one people. And we need to really wake up when it comes to this issue and start putting concrete solutions in place. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, concrete solutions. We need to do it. We need to, you know, we have the internet. We have a number of media houses. We have all kind of chat. You know, we have facilities. So we were doing better when we didn't have a lot of these things, as a matter of fact. So why can't we do better than we are doing? We need to really wake up and pay attention to these issues. The transportation and the healthcare are the number 2 issues that I think need to be looked at properly. And then we're going to throw in a few others: the garbage disposal, the garbage disposal problems on these islands as well, and the whole idea of renewable energy and sustainability. You know, we are planning a lot of things without looking at the sustainable aspect of the planning, and that is wrong. I think in this day and age we must look at sustainability. It's not a byword or a fancy word to use in a speech. You know, we're going to plan the activities that we're going to plan in such a way that they are sustainable. In other words, generation after generation will be able to enjoy the same things that we have put in place. I think that's the kind of philosophy we should be spreading among the young people and everybody in the territory. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I ramble on a little bit there as it comes to that issue. However, I think it's a topical issue. I think the leader of the opposition started something going. I think I understand the district representative in Virgin Gorda went ahead and met with people. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm saying that I think that this particular issue has been around from in the 1950s, and we must endeavor to make some headway in 2016. It's just around the corner. We're going to 2017, but just for this year, I think we can come up with enough concrete solutions going forward, and bring them to the people. Bring all of them to the people, and let us decide. Let the people decide, and I'm sure we'll have a better working relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, I brought some goodies to the show tonight, and I'm going to start to expound on them. I have some things that I have here, so I'm going to show some local authors. I have here Mr. Hugo Vanterpool, and this is a book, Angoshinery, and it says, "I am happiest when at home." Good read. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of talented people here that are, you know, very good writers, and I must say I enjoyed. Good evening. You have reached Speak Your Mind. Go right ahead, please. Good evening. Good evening. I'm not getting any, I'm not hearing anything. This is a live show. Hello? Hello? Seems like we're having problems with that call, but do call back. You know, we're here for you. Another book that I've, oh, we're back again. Good evening. Good evening. You will speak your mind. Go right ahead, please.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm calling from Portugal.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the program.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. What I see, the system is that in Portugal here, we have a lot of problems there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
okay, we talk about everything and what the government is doing or whatever. But we have to realize that without a system here, where people are able to have access to certain things here, right?
Okay.
First, you all take off all your current every minute when all you want. Why Portugal cannot have its own system?
Okay, that's an idea.
Yeah, and the whole thing about it, right? I'm not really one who like to get into politics. I've been living here. I'm an expatriate. I've been living here for almost 30 years, right? I've watched mansion build. When I came here, it was big stone, all handsome, being all kind of about the place, right?
Okay, okay.
And what the government going to do about these people who, who were fortunate enough to have a house,
yes,
and then get a piece of land, and build a house, and then you have rent going out of this thing. Why don't the system that you don't put in a rent restriction act? It's because all the government people them have the buildings them renting out, so they don't care about poor people. Hello?
I think I heard when they were debating that issue in the House of Assembly just the other day, they said that
Look, what I'm saying here, right?
Yes.
It's overbearing and it's wicked. People are working for $6 or $7 an hour.
Right.
And you still have to pay $1,000. People are barely scraping through here, man. It's time the government look out for the poor people.
Yes, I agree with you.
So why don't you put the issue up to them and ask them what they will do? Look, in Trinidad they have rent restriction. In Simpson you cannot raise the rent until and you come and assess and see what happening here. And you have people every year they raise the rent they put on a $25, so it helps. We are here as expatriates.
Yes.
We are all Caribbean people, but what I'm asking myself is we really Caribbean people when you're trying to kill me and I kill it?
That's a serious argument. The first part I agree with you with is if you're living here for 30 years, you should have some kind of status here. That's the first.
Status. I sent in for status and all they give me as an exemption.
Well, you're familiar with the American system where you can get status if you live in the country for a number of years, right?
I don't know the American system. All my family live in the States. I choose not to live here.
I know, but I'm saying there's a green card system, and of course you can apply for citizenship after and stuff like that, right? I'm saying
as far as I see here, right?
Yes.
It's favorism here, right?
Okay.
I've been dealing with this system for a long, long while.
Well, join me.
And the first thing they tell you is coming alphabetical order. And then what?
Join me in the fight for the Freedom of Information. If we get the Freedom of Information Act passed.
What is your name?
My name, Richard De Castro.
Richard De Castro.
Yeah. Because if we ever get that, and you ask for the information, it has to be given to you. As long as it's not some secret, some trade secret or some classified information.
Where could I find it? Because I'm going on holidays on the 22nd of this month here, so I may be able to come down to Tortola and talk to you, right?
No problem.
Because it's a whole system I watch in here.
Mm-hmm.
These people,
mm-hmm.
and you know who are most evil inside this place?
Who?
The people who are expatriate like yourself, who come here early and get a little system,
mm-hmm.
and they trying to kill the other people who come here with it.
That happens. That is true. That happens. I've seen that. And it's really wrong and it's bad, but it happens.
How could you be living in a manor house for 6 or 7, 8, 10 years,
mm-hmm.
and every year raise the rent?
Yeah.
That is not wickedness?
That is wickedness, yeah.
Hmm?
That is wickedness.
So why the government should not look into this system?
Well, we don't have a consumer protection law as it is right now, and that is something else that we have been asking for as well. We want.
So what the politician is there for? Just for the fund to get the money. I pay tax every day,
mm-hmm.
every year, and what happened?
Yes.
I pay these politicians,
mm-hmm.
and why cannot they look in? So what happened? They could go home and sleep every night and feel happy. And why they can't, okay, if this is a black man country, why can't you do something to help your own black brother?
That's a good argument.
And I guarantee you that most of these people here,
mm-hmm.
they have virgin gardens.
Mm-hmm.
But if you really check, all of these one family.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And when you were talking about the electricity thing, I was going to tell you that another thing we've been pushing for is the solar energy legislation.
Yeah, well, I see they start to put up some lights and things, but
no, not that part. I'm talking about where you and I and everybody else can put them on our house roof, and when we go to work, you put it goes back on the grid, so you have a net value at the end of the day. So
yeah, I understand all that, right?
Okay.
Because my boss been pushing for it for the longest while,
okay.
right?
Okay.
I don't have a problem with the solar energy or anything like that. What I have a problem with is the people who, and most of them go churching.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to watch me and tell me you watching people, your own people suffering all right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Something is wrong here.
Why these people raising the rent 24/7?
Mm-hmm.
Monolith is supposed to get rid. Look, in Trinidad, you cannot raise the rent unless the government tell you, well, okay, do such and such. They tell you, well, you could raise the rent to so and so. But everybody here have business, so everybody here, and you're from here, so you have to feel the blunt of the pressure here.
Change coming, man. Don't keep hope alive.
I don't think things coming at all.
Keep
hope. Watch. After living here for almost 30 years.
Keep the faith, man. Nothing like this can last forever.
Come on, man. Look what you do with all your own hero. No allowed to fight for everybody, treat him like a dog. Who is me?
Yeah, I hear you. I feel the same way like you.
All right. Anyway, I'll be coming in down town sometime, and I don't really care. The cops and now get the ones, I don't really have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I really don't think that the government supposed to allow this kind of system to happen.
No, I agree with you.
If you want to help poor people, you have people working for $5 $5 an hour.
Yeah.
All now still. I don't know if the new labor code implemented yet.
Yes,
and they still have to suffer.
It's already implemented.
It is already implemented, right?
Yes.
And you know what happened? Where these people do? Okay, we want business here. We like the thing, we come in, we deal with what we got to deal with, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know who most of the culprit with this system don't pay the people in social security and all this thing.
Yeah.
They don't people from here.
Yeah, well, whoever it is, it doesn't matter. It's wrong.
And why the government don't make sure that when you make a complaint, they get a sourcing commission to come out and deal with the people and the pay?
Yeah, that's what should happen. But we know that don't happen all the time. I agree with you.
Man, look, sometimes I sit down here and I wonder. When I came here, handsome the big stone didn't have no big. Right now, there is a millionaire place.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I remember Real George told me one thing one time when I was living in North Town. And he said, Lord, let they become a white people place. I am not a racist person, right?
Okay.
He said, and we have a next one coming in Nilbit. Why the government can't sell black people expatriate like this? A PSL, so we could help with sell plants with food and let the people and deal with it.
Caller, you know that that most of the land on Virgin Gorda is Crown land, right?
I know that.
Okay. So what you're saying is definitely something that can be done. Yeah, but you have to have the will to do it.
Well, I have the will.
Not you. I mean the persons who are in charge would have to have the will to want to do what you're suggesting. I don't think they have the will.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they don't have the will. They have the power in the hand. But why they would take it up and sell it to the white people them and leave you?
Some of those arrangements are for $1 or $2 an acre.
Oh my God! Imagine that, $2 an acre.
Yeah.
And then you try to kill me now. I have to pay $1,000 rent for a 2-bedroom house, or $1,500 for a 2-bedroom house. Because you get to build one. And that wickedness.
Carla, we could talk all night, but these things are, they're going to change. You have to be optimistic, and you have to give hope a chance.
You see what happened in America?
Yes, I see what happened in America.
Okay. Look at that. Everybody believed Clinton would have win, and what happened?
Yeah, she didn't win.
She didn't win.
No. And
now you have been protesters now. You sit down in your house, you did not vote.
Yeah.
You vote these people to help you. And I think they say there's a Caribbean country and Caribbean people supposed to be one another, and we have family all over the Caribbean. So why should we allow expatriate to come in, European to come in, and work?
Yeah. Well, I've been fighting that fight now for the last 30 years, so I agree with you.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I'll get on to you.
Okay.
All right.
All right, have a good evening.
Have a good evening yourself.
Okay. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have to take a break for the sponsors that make the show possible. I'm going to be right back in a short while.
Place spaghetti in boiling water, add tomatoes, sweet peppers, and onion, and presto, you have spaghetti marinara.
Having Digicel data is like having the fastest man in the world save you from last-minute dinner dilemmas. Start using Digicel data today. Digicel.
Hi there. Welcome to Botanic Service Station, your #1 Soul gas fill-ups in the British Virgin Islands. Try our delicious hot wings or pizza with your favorite toppings, made fresh every day. Try it. I know you'll love it.
Need a cold drink? We have the widest variety, the cheapest and coldest in town.
Just a friendly reminder, we have a wide range of vehicle maintenance products.
Oils, coolant, batteries, air fresheners, and our #1 product, Soul Gas. The best gasoline that will take you further and keep your engine running cleaner. Do you love to cook? We have your LPG right here for your convenience. Open from 7 a.m. to 11 o'clock p.m. Chances are you'll be stopping by the Botanic Service Station today, so just grab a cold drink while you're there.
Marine Air Conditioning and Refrigeration, specializing in servicing and repairing units such as Daikin, Marine Air Tech, Mitsubishi, TGM, York. Any type that you call, we can install. We also work on commercial and residential units in houses, boats, cars, and company buildings. If you even need some cool breeze for your dog house or horse stable, we would not hesitate. We are always able. No job is too big or too small for Al's Marine Limited. For our home and restaurant customers, we also service and install all your appliances such as ovens, stoves, washers, dryers, refrigerators, and freezers. You can contact us at 494-4529 or 340-3791 or email us alsmarine@surfbvi.com. Alsmarine is located in Purcell Estate Road, Town, Tortola. Alsmarine Limited, your number one choice.
Police have gone right at the last left turn, you know.
Regine, the directions I got to go straight.
Oh, you go and tell me about them stupid directions when the map is right here.
Let me see the map. Let me see the map, man.
So now you want to see the map?
Give me the map, man.
Alright.
No, we passed there so already.
Make a right, go 100 meters, and that's the destination.
Having Digicel data is like having the fastest man in the world save you from getting lost. Start using Digicel data today. Digicel.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, back with you after a short break. We're just there on a lengthy conversation in Virgin Gorda with a number of pertinent issues, and I hope that the persons listening to the show who can, address some of those issues could take those things into consideration, because that was a very healthy and worthwhile dialogue that went on there for the last couple of minutes. Moving right along. I just want to remind persons that last Friday was Veterans Day, and sometimes we don't remember the veterans around us, the ones that are close to us the most. We have some veterans there living with us who have been in Vietnam. I know a couple of my colleagues who served for many tours of duty, and we must always be thankful for that type of service. I'm talking about the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, the various armed forces. And Veterans Day was Friday, November 11th, and I want to say a big thank you to the veterans that I know. I know my colleague Harlan in St. Thomas. I don't know if he would hear about this, but I definitely would say, and Dougie, I have to say Dougie as well. Good evening. You've reached Speak Your Mind. Go right ahead, please.
Is it Speak Your Mind?
It is Speak Your Mind.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, and yourself?
Yes, I'm calling from Virgin Gorda.
Okay.
And I just want to make a comment.
Go right ahead.
On the April happening not song a few days ago with the death of
yes.
Miss Linda George.
Okay.
I think the time has come now where we have to open up discussion.
Okay.
And where our firefighters should be have some kind of training or some kind of expertise in order to attend situations like that.
Okay.
Unfortunately, she had to die so, and I believe if they knew how to deal with her situation, she might have been alive today.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know if you remember, if you were listening to this show quite a while ago, but at one point we had a similar situation where someone went to to the clinic, and they passed away at the gate at one of the shows that we had here a few years ago, and it's just to highlight the importance of this issue. And I went as far back as Mr. Faulkner, because I know in Mr. Faulkner's case it was his wife that was having some medical challenges, and he came to Tortola and camped out. He didn't go back to Anegada. He stayed here. He stayed here, and he organized and met with other people, and they had a match, and as a result of the match, we were able to get back the legislature. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't take these things lightly. You know, sometimes it's just a spark that, you know, that triggers action. I was showing off Angus Shinnery, a book by Hugo Vanterpool, and then I wanted to show the other one is my good friend Oscar Ramji, From Errand Boy to Solicitor General, and this is like a book of who is who in the judiciary in the entire Caribbean, from Belize to Bahamas. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, a very good read. You know, go out and get it. And then I have, of course, my colleague and friend, Dr. Quincy Lettsam, and it says Virgin Islands. And again, another book that you can add to your collection. And then I have another one here, so The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. Another good book that, you know, my viewers out there might be interested in reading. It's all good reading. I know Teacher Linden would probably say I'm still with her with the reading is fun, but reading is so important, and to encourage our young people to read is just, you know, awesome and phenomenal. And I have to shout out all the other dads that read as well, that, you know, that take the time out to interact with young people and read to them. It's a gift, and it's a gift for the giving. And I want to encourage all my colleagues to continue doing what they do in terms of encouraging people to read more and to be, you know, more involved with what's happening in the community and the young people, and, you know, and the various issues. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to a point where I have to start to recap what took place in the show, and we started talking about the budget being postponed, and it was encouraging persons to, you know, to become active in paying attention to the finances of the country. The budget is a document that speaks about expenditure and of course revenue, and it speaks to the projections for the year to come. So pay attention to what's happening, and, you know, and ensure that that we get some state of the territory prior to the budget, so that we, the citizens, can hear firsthand what our situation is financially. I have my own views, but I will leave those views until I'm so informed. I want to be an informed citizen. I would leave my views. I would not express my views until I get concrete. Ladies and gentlemen, I said concrete insurance about what's happening with the finances of the country. I spoke about the road works that are going on in Brandywine Bay. We spoke a bit about the labor code, excuse me, and some of the do's and don'ts in the labor code. The labor code is 6 years old now. It's it has some good protection in it for some employees. It has some good protection in it for some employers. There are a number of sections in the labor code that are not being used or followed or implemented. So we have to continue to speak about these things, and to ensure that, persons remember that they have a 15-minute break in the morning, they're entitled to a 15-minute break in the morning and a 15-minute break in the afternoon, and some other things as well. I think we know about you can't just fire someone without any reason unless it's it's something of that nature, and we know that in some instances a lot of people still don't understand that once you work 40-hour week, any time after that is overtime, and if it's on a Sunday, it's double time. It's time and a half overtime, and then it's double time on a Sunday. We have people who are still not getting it right. They just don't get it. They don't get it that this is the law, and it needs to be followed. We spoke about the Anegada, Virgin Gorda transportation and health problems. I started talking about my colleagues, Dr. Letzam, Mr. Ramsey, Hugo Vanterpool, and Eric Chapman, books that I'm reading. I think other persons should, get your own copies and read. Veterans Day, like I said, veterans. We have some veterans among us who from all the way Vietnam and other Nicaragua, a number of other places, people who have served to make the world a freer and more democratic place, and we must always take the time out to recognize those people whatever part of the world they may be living in or where they might come from, because war is not anything nice, and it's something that people sacrifice their families and themselves, and of course the biggest sacrifice is when you sacrifice yourself, but sometimes they still have scars from war. So we always have to be mindful of people who have given that much, and to say thank you. Before I forget to, the H. Loudon Community College pre-registration Monday, November 14th. You guys come out and take advantage of the pre-registration. It's where you could get what you want before everybody else. So of course, the college is putting that on just for you. So if you want to get all registered up for next semester, for the spring semester, it starts on Monday. So make sure you're there and make sure you get everything signed and sealed. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a wonderful show. Thanks for the persons that text and the persons that call, and also the ones that interacted with us. I think it was a worthwhile experience. I think the dialogue is so important at this time in our country that we must continue to dialogue and have productive discussions on various issues in the territory. At this time, I usually say, God bless these Virgin Islands and the people that live in them, and I'll see you again next week.